Renee Young has given an update on the Jon Moxley Bully Ray situation. Top NXT stars were backstage at Raw last night, and which SmackDown superstar wants their old entrance theme back? We'll find out later on. So yes, you may have heard recently, if you've been on Twitter at all, probably, that there was a situation or a word said basically from Bully Ray about Jon Moxley, who recently returned on AEW, looked fantastic, gave a really rousing promo about how, you know, our scars shouldn't define us and we can all overcome hardships and all that sort of stuff. It was a very good babyface promo and very appropriate given the circumstances. Bully Ray didn't think so. He was saying that Moxley should have apologized more and should have shown more contrition and said, oh, I'm sorry to the fans and those who wanted to see me on shows and stuff, which didn't feel appropriate because, I mean, I think everyone was just happy to see Moxley back. I don't think anybody expected an apology of him, particularly. No. So a lot of people were angry at this. And Renee Young, Jon Moxley's real-life partner, of course, has given an update on the latest Throwing Down with Renee and Misha. Renee Paquette, I should say. Sorry, Paquette, not Renee Young. That was a WWE name. But what's she been saying though, Andrew?
So Renee said, I saw it all over my Twitter and I was like, do I even address this? But it's like that thing, you know, people can talk SH1T about me all day long and whatever, it's fine. You talk SH1T about my husband, you talk about my family, that becomes more personal to me and that bothers me more. It also bothers me because Bully is somebody who I've always really enjoyed. I always really liked Bully. I always thought I had a good relationship with him. I've not talked to him since it's all gone down. He certainly has my phone number. He certainly has my husband's phone number. Bully has not apologized for it, and I don't even need Bully to apologize for it, I assure you. Jon could give a SH1T. It's annoying to even be talking about at this point. There's no payoff. This isn't an angle. They're not going to have a payoff or a match or anything like that. It just seems like a really SH1TTY take, and I completely agree. Jon Moxley... Bully Ray was obviously saying, you know, I think Jon Moxley should take accountability and tell the fans sorry and everything. However, Moxley took accountability for going to rehab, for bettering himself, for getting help for himself, for helping not only himself, you know, his family as well, his friends, the people he's in the ring with. He went out and, you know, it was so good of him as well to come out and just talk, just a raw promo about his issues with mental health and everything as well, because those are the kinds of conversations, those are the kinds of promos that people need to have more often when these things occur. And those are the things that actually help people as well overcome what they're going through too, you know? So Jon Moxley, you don't need to apologize to anybody at all. No. You've done the right thing. Bully Ray is just a bad dude in all this.
Yeah, he is in this situation, sadly, isn't he? I mean, Moxley's promo, was, I found it a very modern or like refreshing promo because I'm not saying like it's new for real emotion to be brought into a promo in wrestling, but it was this style of promo where he was very frank and very open, and I totally agree with you because there could be somebody quite young out there watching that who's going through their own struggles and they see like a badass or like a tough guy like Jon Moxley openly admitting like, hey, I had problems and I had to go and ask for help. And then they might think, oh wow, I should do the same, and it could really help somebody out who never considered doing that before. I think it was a positive thing, certainly.
Yeah.
So, and I think Renee's got a very good point as well, saying like, there's no payoff, this isn't an angle, they're not going to have a match, so why even say it? Because it does feel like, not just Bully Ray, but like a lot of wrestlers out there often seem to have contrary or controversial opinions just for attention or for the sake of it. And I'd like to think, even though it's not ideal, I'd like to think that's what Bully Ray was doing rather than that being his like genuine opinion almost. Because I don't know, I totally agree with her as well. And I don't know what else to really say.
No, me neither. That. Just Jon Moxley. What I will say, looking phenomenal. We watched GCW, The World on GCW last night. The man is looking trim. The man has still got it. And I'm excited to see what happens next, especially in AEW with that tease. He and Bryan Danielson. Come on now.
Goodness me. Elsewhere, top NXT stars were backstage at Raw, according to Mike Johnson, PW Insider, and then confirmed due to they appeared on, you were saying, on the WWE's digital exclusives on the YouTube channel and that sort of thing. And those two NXT stars in question, present at Raw and involved in the main event tapings before the live portion of Raw started as well, were LA Knight and Roderick Strong. What could that imply then? Apparently during the main event tapings, LA Knight beat Cedric Alexander and Roderick Strong lost to T-Bar. So I don't think it really implies they're going to come in and take the Royal Rumble by storm.
No.
Well, certainly not Strong if he's losing to T-Bar, I guess. But what do you reckon?
Well, during that sort of digital exclusive back thing that they have on the YouTube channel and everything, Ziggles and Rude... So, like, Roddy Strong walks past, first of all, nothing really happens there. LA Knight walks past, and Ziggles and Rude are like, excuse me, is it Tuesday night or is it Monday night, pal? And, I'm telling you now. And then LA Knight basically, like, just goes off on him saying, look, the door's open. If you want to come to Tuesday nights, I'll show you what's going on if you want. And they kind of just, like, brush it off. So I wonder if we'll get Ziggles and Rude over on NXT, perhaps, doing little bits here and there. Who knows? The Dirty Dogs. LA Knight is a babyface now, so he can take the boys on, I reckon.
That's getting me far too excited for the next exciting edition of NXT 2.0.
Come Tuesday.
I love the Dirty Dogs. I think they're my favourite neglected tag team in WWE at the moment.
They're fun. They like a lot of people, I think, on Raw at the moment. They're kind of just having fun with what they've been given, aren't they?
Yeah, they've given up. They're just having fun.
That's essentially it.
I really respect them for it. They're still having good matches as well. When I say they've given up, I just mean in terms of trying to be WWE champion. Basically, they're just like, no, right, let's just have a laugh. We're a fun tag team, and I like them for it. But I also like LA Knight. So I would welcome them getting involved in a storyline together. Roderick Strong, man, he's only just lost the Cruiserweight Championship, and now he's losing to T-Bar on main event. It's like,
sad. Have they got anything for him, do you think? Or do you think he might also go a little bit afterwards?
He's got 3 friends on another program. I think he... I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Speculation.
Absolutely. Elsewhere, Impact tapings were sadly hit by COVID, according to PW Insider. Impact Wrestling dealt with a lot of issues over the weekend due to COVID-19, with a number of talent and staff missing the tapings due to medical protocol, whether it be testing positive or being in contact with someone who had. One source noted that COVID issues were the worst they'd seen in a long time, and there were a lot of pivots and rewrites over the course of the week. That's a shame for Impact. I'm glad they're taking the relevant precautions, of course. But it is a shame because generally I think they were one of the better promotions at handling the lockdown regulations or kind of staying afloat during the lockdown era. So it feels like unfair a little bit on Impact Wrestling.
It does. As you were saying, pretty much, I absolutely agree with you. I think during the pandemic, they really started to come back up on a rise again and started to really showcase themselves and showcase what they can do in such a good way too. Again, it's unfortunate, but COVID at the moment, Omicron, everything, it's rife. So these things happen and sets get shut down and this, that, and the other. So yeah, just hopefully everybody's all right. Good to see them taking the right precautions. Yeah. Absolutely.
And crossing back over now, crossing the line. Do you remember that? Cross the line. Impact TNA. We're crossing the line back to WWE now because as they've reported on their own website, but I don't know why they do this, Andrew. I've never worked out why.
Why?
Sometimes WWE write about themselves or talk about themselves as if they are also a news source on themselves. So they've
breaking
gone
news.
As first reported by the Dallas Morning News, and then they talk about their WrestleMania week plan. But I'm like, well, no, then Dallas Morning News will have had to have got that information from somewhere.
And that's you, WWE.
Surely it's first reported by you. You're the ones with the plans. You're the mans with the plans. So why not? Okay, so they're basically talking about the WrestleMania week plans and said, as first reported by the Dallas Morning News, Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, an unprecedented Superstar access, WWE Hall of Fame induction, and NXT Stand and Deliver will all take place in the Dallas area in the lead up to the grandest stage of them all. When it's saying it, they'll all take place in the lead up, I was assuming they meant the Raw, like the Raw after WrestleMania. Does this mean the Raw before WrestleMania?
I'm not sure. I mean, the lead up very strongly implies that they're going to be there the week prior to, right? Like
it does, but just because I'm so uncertain about that, I almost don't want to. I almost don't want to accept it until I see further proof.
We'll see.
Yeah. But yes, WrestleMania is of course set for April 2nd and 3rd at the AT&T Stadium in the Dallas area in Arlington, Texas, with details for the other week's events released at a later date. So I guess we'll find out. We'll iron all that out, whether it's the Raw before, the Raw after, or both.
It could be both, yeah.
I'm guessing surely the one after. They wouldn't just move out of town for the night after. But also NXT Stand and Deliver. Don't call it a takeover.
It's not a takeover anymore.
It's just NXT Stand and Deliver. Are the days gone where NXT would threaten and possibly succeed in stealing the show from WrestleMania over WrestleMania weekend?
I mean, even though the changes have happened and we've had some of these special NXT shows without the takeover moniker, I think they've still been doing incredibly well. I think the level of wrestling on those shows is still pretty high. Yeah, the matches and everything are still really good. So, I mean, there's a chance, but also with sort of big anticipated match build-ups now, like Reigns and Brock Lesnar and everything, I think that could potentially overshadow it at the moment. So, yeah. Yeah,
possibly. I think that you're right. The level in the ring is similar, but I think in terms of maybe hype, they might struggle to excite everybody as much as they did in the glory day in like 2016 to 2018, 19. Oh, what a time!
What a time! What a time to be alive!
Nostalgic for NXT. It's and finally, SmackDown star Sheamus recently spoke to Daily DDT and talked about his old theme music, Written in My Face. Now, before we get into this, Andrew, I have to confess, right? Everybody talks about Sheamus's theme music.
Yeah.
And I never know which one they're talking about, because to me in my head there's like 5 and I don't know which one's which, and I get like "Let shameful do lobster here." Fair enough, I get that one. Don't get why it's that funny, to be honest. I'm really going in on these Sheamus.
You are, aren't you?
I'm sorry,
Jesus.
I love Sheamus. I think he's great, but I've never understood all the banter surrounding his theme music. It's just theme music. Look, I'm putting my foot in it here because people are going to be like, Jack, Sheamus' theme music's the funniest and best ever. I don't understand it. I get Shameful Thing, Lobster Head, Too Many Limes. Yeah. Which one's... He's talking about Written in My Face. Which one's that? Which one's that one?
That was like from 2010-ish, right? I don't want to sing it. It's got like that. It's like the Irish singing. It's got like a little bit of fiddle at the start and guitar.
Is it Shameful Thing, Lobster Head? Is it that one?
Shameful, it might be.
Shameful Thing, Lobster Head. Too many limes, too many lions. You know that the memes. Anyway, Sheamus was talking to Daily DDT about Written in My Face, and said, "When I came back, I really wanted to bring that song back, but it was shot down. Vince hates it. Some other people didn't like it or didn't agree, but it's very nostalgic. I haven't given up on it. I guarantee you I will get that song back. I just don't know when, and nobody's going to know when, but I will get a chance to bring it back. For me, when that music hits, there's a lot of nostalgia and stuff, and a lot of memories of great wins. You know what I mean? Like 10 years ago when I won the Royal Rumble in St. Louis, that was the music that played in the arena after I won the Rumble. Too many limes." It might not have been that one, we don't know for certain. So I haven't given up on it. It's just a bit of a strategic measure going on right now about when I can get that back. But I don't think we've heard the last of Written in Your Face. I guess this is similar to the Jeff Hardy More Than Words story, but except that he got that back. He got More Than Words back, and nobody could believe it, actually.
He did, that's true. I think Sheamus for a while has been advocating for Written in My Face to come back, like quite a few times in the past. I think last year on the Bump he was also talking about wanting to bring it back. I think if you re-record it, it could possibly be better, because listening to it again this morning, I was like, the production on it's not fantastic from a musical standpoint. Wow. Right here, like the production on it is not fantastic. I really like his current theme. I think his current theme fits in perfectly. However, I think if Written in My Face had the same production as his new theme, absolute banger, banger.
I have just Googled the lyrics, and it is that one that I was
That's the one. Too Many Limes.
Too Many Limes. I can't believe you've never seen that.
I've never seen the memes for it before.
I just used to see memes of Sheamus, and it would just be people like they'd just Photoshop a lobster around his head and just loads of limes in the background, and he's looking really angry like that, and it just says too many limes. And but obviously there's too many. So the lyrics are, it's a shame that they lost their heads. It's not shameful thing lost their head. A careless man who could wind up dead. You wear your sin like it's some kind of prize. Too many lies. Too many lies. Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, why not? Yeah, go on then.
As he was talking about,
you're right. The current one is very good, though.
Yeah, as he was talking about though as well. You know, I think for a lot of wrestlers, this sort of stuff is kind of like seeped in nostalgia as well. Like he was saying, he won the Royal Rumble with that. That's going to feel like something to him, right? Because he sort of remembers that song with that time in his career. And I guess the same with Jeff Hardy as well, with No More Words and everything, WWE champion and all that kind of stuff. Like that makes sense too. So maybe he will get it back. Hopefully he does. Hopefully better production on it. And yeah, it'll be an absolute banger. And we'll all be singing about lobsters and limes once again.
I hope so as well. And Andrew, you know what? I've heard you've got a prediction contest coming up.
Oh my goodness,
Rumble.
We do.
When? Oh, not when, I suppose, because it'll be out in the aftermath of the Royal Rumble. It's not a live stream. That's Adam Pacitti doing the live stream on the night itself at cultaholic.com/live. But Andrew, are you feeling confident?
Well, everything seems up in the air with the Royal Rumble at the moment, so I'm 50-50. Feeling confident. I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling trepidatious. We'll see what happens.
50-50 like Lamar. Nice. You're too young for that.
Yep.
Remember that?
I don't know Lamar. Well, I know Lamar, but I don't know
I'm
the
not
song.
that much older than you, and I can't...
I know.
Oh, okay, fair enough then, fair enough. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. So there's loads of content going out this weekend over the Royal Rumble. I'll be about on the morning, just after the Royal Rumble, hours after, with what happened at... Thankfully edited by Owen, the very helpful Owen Mawson. And there's so much other stuff, WTF moments, there's going to be reactions with you and Ross, there's going to be a live stream reactions with Adam Pacitti. Check it all out at Cultaholic, and also on twitch.tv/Cultaholic, where you and Tom, I believe, are going to be doing a kind of review show of the Royal Rumble, like you did with Survivor Series.
Yes.
What feels like quite a long time ago now.
It does, doesn't it? I mean, it was quite a while ago now, wasn't it? Like probably nearly 3 months ago now. Whew. Long time ago.
So look out for all that, and obviously hope you've enjoyed this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Have a good day, stay safe out there, and we'll see you very soon.